What is going on, everybody? This is Top Notch Sports Talk. This is the first episode of the new rebranding. We decided we were going to do Top Notch Sports Talk because, everything's starting back now. We got college basketball starting back. We got college football, obviously, in full swing. NFL, too. So we can talk about it all in one show. So sit back, relax, join, talk in the comments with us, have some fun. I got John, Mark, and Ryan. We got the crew. So, Ryan, how are you doing? You can go ahead and promote your show.
I'm doing good. This is the first time we've done this in a while. Like you said, first rebrand, top notch. Um, I have my show, The Locker Room with Ryan Stout. I should be getting a new show to you guys either this week or next week regarding current week in the NFL, some things going on in the NBA, and you can find that on YouTube. I live stream to YouTube, and I also post to all podcast streaming platforms. So if you feel so inclined, go check it out.
I would encourage you to go check that out. It's really awesome at what he does over there. John, Mark, how are you doing? You can go promote your show too.
I'm doing good. Go subscribe to Crunch Time Sports Show. New setup coming January 2022. Be on the lookout for that.
There we
Gonna
go.
be a lot more active.
So, all that being said, all that out of the way, we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to cover a lot of NFL. We got the drama with Odell Beckham Jr. We're going to talk about. We're going to talk about it all. So to start off, the first thing I want to say is, it's been a crazy year in the NFL. Let's just say that. It's been a crazy year. We've had a lot of upsets. We don't really have many upsets in the NFL normally. We've had a lot of upsets. We've got all that. We've had some quarterbacks come up that my boy Ryan over there didn't think they were going to do very good. So that's going to lead me into my first question. Mid-season awards, okay? This comes up every year about this time. Who do you have right now winning MVP, Ryan Stout?
I'm gonna have to say that the MVP is gonna be Matt Stafford, the guy that I doubted a couple months back, and maybe I was a little maybe it was because he was in my division, the NFC North. Maybe I didn't trust him too much. But Matt Stafford right now is first in yards at 2,771 yards throwing the football. Second in touchdowns at 23 touchdowns. First in QBR at 69.7. The dude is playing out of his mind over there on the West Coast. And I issued an apology after week one, after he played Dallas week one. His first play from scrimmage, he rolls out, he heaves that thing down the field. And I said, man, did I mistrust Matt Stafford? So I was forced to issue an apology on my TikTok page for the Locker Room with Ryan Stout. And, man, Matt Stafford showed up. He's the MVP.
John Mark, what do you think about this? Who is your MVP right now?
Plays in the same division. He did play in the same division. Up until like a couple weeks ago, it was Kyler Murray, in my opinion.
Right.
But I'm going to have to go with Matt Stafford. I mean, he's turned the Rams team that me and Ryan doubted into.
Yeah, who here didn't doubt the Rams team? Who here? Go ahead.
You.
Which way am I going? This guy right over here.
Yeah, so I was the only guy on this show that said the Rams were going to be in the Super Bowl, and y'all thought I was crazy. Now we're here, right? Now we're here where the Rams are legit contenders. Y'all's Cardinals aren't doing too well. They're good. They're good.
Whoa, wait.
No. Listen.
Who was the wait? So this goes both ways though, because you said the Cardinals weren't going to be any good.
Yeah. But the Rams are better than the Cardinals. We can all agree, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I said that would happen.
Team.
Yeah. So.
I mean, but who blew them out week 4?
Moving on. Yeah, that's sore subject.
What's the Rams record?
Same record as the Cardinals, isn't it?
8-1?
No. The Cardinals are leading the NFC West because the Rams have 2 losses.
Oh, who did the Rams lose to? They lost to the Cardinals and who?
The Titans.
The Titans, that's right.
Those Titans came out on defense. They showed up.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was just a couple days ago. So yeah, my MVP right now, I have to disagree. I was really high on Matt Stafford, but I think the MVP, when you look at MVP, you look at who's the best player in the NFL. Right, we can agree. The best player in the NFL is Tom Brady. The dude is 44 years old, and he is slinging that ball around like it's nobody's business. Not that sound really bad, but it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady's playing like Tom Brady. He's playing insane, right? I would love to hear your guys' arguments on this. I don't think there's any other quarterback in the league playing like Tom Brady right now. Tom Brady's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He's the most dominant player in the NFL right now. Ryan, I want to hear what you have to say to this.
No, yeah. Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Who's a better quarterback, Matt Stafford or Tom Brady, right now?
Tom Stafford. Tom Brady.
See, I don't think so.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
when you look at the numbers, you got first in yards, like I said, first in QBR, second in touchdowns. I'd love to see like Tom Brady's numbers compared to that. And I know I look at the stats all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not denying that Tom Brady is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
He is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game.
That's a discussion for another day.
That is not. No, we can talk about it right now. Because listen, there is no way you can say anybody is close to Tom Brady at the number one.
I personally think Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback to ever play.
Yeah, you're
You can
insane.
make that argument like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
But
4 years ago.
I-
4 years
I-
ago,
I
that
will
was an
say-
argument. Not
I will say to you that Tom Brady is a very, very, very good quarterback.
obviously.
You could
He
make
is.
the argument that he's the greatest quarterback, greatest player of all time in NFL history.
He is. There's no way you can say he's not. Right?
But here's the thing. In his age 44 season, there's guys that are a little bit better. There's guys
I
that are a little
disagree.
bit faster. There's guys that are a little bit stronger. Matt Stafford being one of them. That's why Matt Stafford is the MVP. Matt Stafford, his prime might have been a couple years ago. I thought in Detroit when he went to that wild card. But he's proving that his prime is now. Like this is the best we've seen Matt Stafford play ever. And the guy's like what? 34?
Something like that.
He's like 10 years younger than Tom. If Tom was 34, Tom was the MVP. Matt Stafford is in his prime right now. And yes, Tom Brady is 44. Yes, Tom Brady is he is one of the greatest players to ever play, probably the greatest player to ever play. But there are guys that are faster. There are guys that are stronger. There are guys that they're not having a good season, but I think Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady.
No. God, no. You cannot
This
say
year-
this year. You cannot say that.
Overall, Patrick Mahomes is a better
You
quarterback than Tom
can't
Brady.
say that. We're talking about the MVP
But-
award. Okay? You
But
cannot.
let's look at why the Chiefs are so bad. Their offensive line and their defense are the two main factors. What's causing Patrick Mahomes to throw these picks is his offensive line.
Can I say that I called that too?
Yeah, I mean, you
That's what
did
we
call
called it.
that.
I called
I
that
didn't
too.
believe you, but his offensive line is what's making him throw all these picks. I think that when push comes to shove, if you look at talent-wise, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback
No.
than Tom Brady. But
No,
the
not right
MVP
now, no.
is Matt Stafford because he's having an insane year.
You know, you can look at the stats all you want, okay? But the way that Rams team is with their defense, and Cooper Kupp playing the way he is, now granted, if he had Jared Goff, he probably wouldn't play like that, but his team is stacked. You cannot deny it. You cannot deny it. And you can say the Buccaneers are too, right? But their defense is not. Tom Brady is 44 years old having to keep up with these offenses who are outscoring
Good point.
are toying his defense.
Good point.
Okay, while Matthew Stafford, he can cause to make errors in a game. He can cause to miss a throw here and there. Sure, he's leading the league in yards, in passing yards, right? Really, guys, it's midway through the year.
Do you think by the end of the year, Tom Brady will be first in one of those categories?
He's gonna be first in either touchdowns or yards. We lost Ryan. That was it. Listen, the fact that he said that he isn't the number one quarterback of all time kind of amazes me. I'm kind of surprised by that. In my opinion, like who else would you put there, right? Like 4 years ago, maybe. Okay, here we go. He's back. Go ahead, finish that thought.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi.
You're good.
Yeah. Do you think Tom Brady's going to lead the league in touchdown passes by the end of the year?
I think he'll either lead the league in touchdown passes or passing yards. Yeah, I mean, the way he's playing, if he can keep this halfway consistently, he's been playing better than Matt Stafford, in my opinion. Stats might not show, but he's more efficient than Matt Stafford. Those stats will show. He's done less interceptions than Matthew Stafford. Those stats will show. And you can't even say that Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, sure. You can't say that Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady as of right now, especially when we're talking
Tom Brady's
about...
having a better year.
Fine, yeah, that's fine.
But I'm talking overall player. Who's better?
Tom Brady.
Come on, bro. It's Patrick
Well, I
Mahomes.
mean, I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, listen, we're talking about Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, right? We're talking about a guy who Patrick Mahomes averages 2 interceptions a game.
Could Tom Brady roll out of the pocket in his prime like Mahomes can? Could Tom
That
Brady
doesn't
sling it in his prime like Patrick Mahomes
matter.
can?
Whenever you can throw the ball under pressure in a pocket, that takes more talent than rolling out and slinging it. And pray to God Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere, in my opinion. And this year, luck has not been in his favor because he's averaging 2 interceptions a game.
Yeah.
He's led this Chiefs team to a 5-4 record. You see what I'm saying, bro? Do you see what I'm trying to say here? Patrick Mahomes is not the better quarterback anymore. Now, if you would ask me preseason, who's better quarterback, Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady? Patrick Mahomes.
But we were talking before, and we said I still think Patrick Mahomes, by the time his career is over, is going to be the greatest player in NFL history.
Listen,
really do.
I said that before, but now that Patrick Mahomes, we know he cannot play through adversity at all. How can we say that? Because he's playing through adversity right now, and he's playing nowhere near like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
But he doesn't have an offensive line, Landon.
He does.
If he doesn't have a half a second to throw the ball, he's gonna average 2 picks.
Okay, you know what? Russell Wilson. He doesn't have an offensive line. That man is always in MVP talks. You cannot use that as an excuse. And Russell Wilson doesn't have Tyreek Hill as his receivers. He's got DK Metcalf. Tyreek Hill is miles better than DK Metcalf. With that being said, that's not an excuse. You cannot say he doesn't have an offensive line because Russell Wilson is hurried every play. Yet somehow he's still a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. So you can't use that. Now you could say, sure, Russell Wilson's going to got more experience. But when Russell Wilson was, his 3rd season in the NFL, he had no offensive line, and he won the freaking Super Bowl. See what I'm saying? So you can't really say, use that as an excuse whenever we have guys like, and Teddy Bridgewater hasn't had an awful year. He's had a pretty decent year. He has been good. It hasn't been great. He's had a pretty decent year.
He lit up Dallas this weekend, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'll tell you that, yeah. Well, his offensive line isn't good. So, the offensive line, and sure, we've got Tom Brady, who has probably the best offensive line in the NFL, other than maybe Baker Mayfield. It's close. And he's able to obviously sit in the pocket, while Patrick Mahomes has to roll out every play, but so does Russell Wilson. And I think as far as this year goes, off of what we've seen of Russell Wilson, he's been better than Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know, bro. That injury...
Injury is what it is. It's a finger.
Yeah.
That's like, people are saying, well, the finger's bad. Well, what about Odell Beckham Jr., who we're going to talk about him in a minute, but his leg was literally snapped in half.
That's true.
Dak Prescott, his leg was literally like this, in a way it wasn't supposed to look. And
that's
y'all
a Gordon Hayward injury. That's what I call that.
And y'all are tripping about Russell Wilson's finger. That I don't understand that. And we've talked about this. I've talked about this.
Hey, listen, hot take about Wilson, but people might not be complaining about his finger when he lands in the land of 1,000 lakes this offseason. What do you think about that, Lando?
Say you're joking.
No, listen, I think it's a real possibility that if he's fed up with that offensive line, he might want to leave and come to the purple and gold.
I don't think so. But I mean,
hey, a man can pray, right? Let me have that prayer.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you a little bit of hope and say that there's a 0.2% chance he goes to Minnesota. If he leaves Seattle, I really think he's gonna go somewhere like New York.
San Francisco.
New York. I don't think San
Trey
Francisco.
Lance.
Well, Trey Lance and it's in division. They won't.
Yeah.
They won't want that to happen to Seahawks, and Russell Wilson has enough respect. He won't. You know what I mean? He won't be like, okay, well, I'll just go to your rivals, play it twice a year. I think he'll end up in a place wearing blue and white in New York. That's what I think. I think if he were to leave, I think he goes to New York.
That's such a dumpster fire, though, if you really look at it.
I mean, but not really, because you got Saquads. Saquads, see what I did?
Yeah, but Saquon's like injury prone.
Okay, what about Kenny Galladay?
Kenny Galladay's all right. He's not
Kadarius Toney,
wide receivers.
Kadarius Toney, who's been a top 5 rookie wide receiver.
That I'll give you.
You got Golden Tate, right? He's still there. He's not terrible though. I mean, so is Tyler Lockett. So is Doug Baldwin. I mean,
that's true.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So their offensive line sucks. So he's really getting into a worse situation as far as that goes. But if or maybe he goes to a place like Atlanta. I mean, maybe that's really unrealistic. Maybe a place like Tampa Bay. If Tom Brady's done, they're going to need a quarterback, and they're going to be willing to pay big bucks, right? They're going to want a quarterback playing for them that's going to lead them to a Super Bowl again because they've got used to this winning way. They've got this stacked offense. It's going to be all for naught if Kyle Trask is your quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John Mark, do you think Russell Wilson will leave the Seahawks this offseason?
Depends. Has he said has he showed any frustration?
There's been a lot of hints though. I mean, it's been like, when he was playing, he got sacked a lot. He was getting hit a lot. I mean, he got hurt.
That's the thing, too. That's a really good point because I think if he would come to Minnesota, Minnesota would need to seriously improve their offensive line.
Their offensive line's good though. Hey, Minnesota's got to be pretty good
at
at.
Darisaw in the draft, but they're
And
still
he's playing
not
good
there.
too. I mean, they're not there. You're right, but they're better than Seattle. That's a long shot. Another place we've heard talks about freaking. Have you heard any rumors about Baker?
Really?
I've heard that Baker might not. Well, it's not really up to Baker, but his contract might not get renewed. I know it's not over this year. I think it's over next year.
Wow.
But his contract might not get renewed. The best offensive line in the NFL. Could he go to Cleveland? If he goes to Cleveland, Cleveland is going to win the Super Bowl. That we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So,
100%. All he
yeah.
needs is a solid offensive line, and he's a Super Bowl contender again.
100%. Well, I think he's a Super Bowl contender without a good offensive line.
He hasn't had a good offensive line in a while, and
You're
he's
right.
only been to what, 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah, I won one. You're right. So moving on from that, we kind of got off track. But who is your all's offensive player of the year so far? We've got a lot of big performers. And Derrick Henry would probably be our guy here, but we know what happened to him. John Mark, who's your offensive player of the year?
That's tough to say.
Yeah, that's a tough question because there's a lot of guys.
Probably. I don't know for real.
Yeah, not okay. Ryan, go ahead. We'll see. We'll come back to you.
This ain't a tough question. I'm sorry.
It's not for me either. But
This is not a tough question.
it could be. If you really thought about it, though.
There is one answer, and the answer is Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is the offensive player of the year. He's leading the league in yards. He's the first receiver to ever get 1,000 yards not to ever. He's the first receiver since Jerry Rice to get 1,000 yards halfway through the year. He's on pace to have a 2,000-yard season, and he's also first in touchdowns at 10, and he's had 74 receptions all year. The dude, listen, I picked him late in my fantasy team, and he's amazing on fantasy, but he's even better on the field. The dude is absolutely insane, and he is the offensive player of the year. It should be a unanimous vote.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is a absolute beast.
You can't really say it's unanimous though because Alvin Kamara has had a great year. Now he's a sleeper because Cooper Kupp's kind of taken the spotlight right at this point.
Yeah.
Another guy, any other year, he would be offensive player of the year. DK Metcalf has played really well. He's not. I don't know about offensive player of the year level, but he's played really well. Derrick Henry would be my offensive player of the year if we know what happened to him. But another guy who's played fantastic, Deebo Samuel. He's been playing really good. But I think it's Cooper Kupp. I don't think you go anywhere else other than Cooper Kupp.
It's gotta be. It's
Yeah.
gotta be Cooper Kupp.
John Mark, do you think it's Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, now that you say it, but I was looking at the stats, and I just saw that Jalen Waddle was 6th in the league in receiving yards.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Wait, don't tell me that you think Jalen Waddle is the offensive player of the year. Okay.
I would say it's Cooper. I agree with y'all. It's Cooper Kupp, and I was looking at the stats, and I was like, Jalen Waddle's 6th in receiving yards in the whole league.
That's crazy.
That is kind of weird.
Brandon Cooks is 4.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks has been good too.
Yeah.
So moving on, we got offensive player of the year. Who's your defensive player of the year, Ryan?
Again, not a tough question. He's a rookie. The answer's Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs is the defensive player of the year. The dude had, 7 picks in his first 7 games?
He ain't a rookie, is he?
Yeah. Is
I don't
he?
think he's a. No, I'm pretty sure he got drafted in like 2017.
Oh, then never mind. Then that's my fault.
2019.
I'll look
Something
into
like
this real quick.
He's not a rookie, but he's the defensive player of the year. Trayvon Diggs is 100% the defensive player of the year. 7 picks in 7 games. He's having a monster. He's the entire reason that I picked up the Cowboys defense in fantasy.
He got drafted in 2020.
Really?
He's only 23.
He played for Bama. I thought he got drafted like 2017, 2018.
He got drafted in the second round last year.
Yeah, he was not a top pick.
He was the 51st pick.
I remember now because the Seahawks pick came up and I was like, why is he not picked yet? I remember now. Okay. Yeah, you're right. He's not a rookie, but he's a sophomore in the league. That's crazy.
Well, maybe he didn't play last year.
Yeah.
I
mean, but he's the defensive player of the year.
It's kind of like it could be like that Ben Simmons thing where he's a rookie.
Yeah, I don't think it will be though.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know, I've thought about this, I guess, a little. I haven't really looked at stats. Obviously, you know, Trayvon Diggs is probably the stat leader as far as defense goes.
I'll look at stats for my pick real quick.
I mean,
I looked it up earlier. Some people are saying Myles Garrett, but
yeah, I was gonna say T.J. Watt. Every Steelers game I've watched,
TJ's
T.J.
been
Watt.
sort of a sleeper though this year.
That's what I'm saying. Every Steelers game I've watched, T.J. Watt is in the quarterback's face every other play. He won. Didn't he win it last year?
Bro.
No, he
Trayvon's
didn't. Aaron
such a
Donald won.
playmaker though.
He is. Yeah, you're right. But you can. It's like Xavier Howard last year. Okay, he had a lot of picks, but if you watch, he gets burnt all the time. You know, he always gets burnt. So, you know, that's why I'm like, in the games I've watched, Trayvon Diggs has had costly penalties against him, but he can get a pick. So that's why I go like Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Aaron Donald. I don't go Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's not really he's had a good year, but he's not had an insane year. If I had to say right now, I'd pick Myles Garrett. Right now, I'd pick Myles Garrett.
That's a solid pick. Guy's
John
a
Mark?
beast.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's been drug tested 3 times because he's wore sleeveless jerseys.
That's fun.
What
He
you got, John Mark?
stopped doing it because of that.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. What you got, John Mark?
I agree with you. It's Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. Another thing you have to think is like, are they going to be able to keep it up? I think Myles Garrett, I think yes. But Trayvon Diggs, I think that's a no. I think it's too. He's having a stat line that's too hard to keep up. Now, if he keeps it up, defensive player of the year, no doubt in my mind. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to watch and see. Moving on, I want to go first on this one.
Yeah, I think you need to redeem yourself
Who is it?
from your statements early in the year. If I think I know who it is. Your statements before week 1.
My offensive rookie of the year is unanimous. The dude who apparently catching NFL football in preseason, but now
he trolled the league.
Is a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Jamar Chase, that dude is insane. I've seen so many catches happen right in front of me in Paul Brown Stadium this year. He's a phenomenal receiver. He's the guy. Bengals fans, stand up. This was the right pick. I take everything I said back. This was the right pick.
That's what I'm talking about.
Jamar Chase should have been. He is the best player out of this draft so far. He's the best player out of this draft so far. He's phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He is a big play threat. OBJ Part 2. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is literally that guy. He is the guy that... He is a DB's worst nightmare. Jamar Chase is the offensive rookie of the year. I mean, I think it's unanimous. I don't think... An offensive lineman is the second best offensive rookie this year. I mean, realistically. John Mark, who's your offensive rookie?
I'm second in that. It's Jamar Chase.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Ryan.
He's going off.
We all agree. I swear if this boy says something different than Jamar Chase.
Landon.
If he says Kyle Pitts, I'm leaving.
Landon.
What you got?
Who day?
Okay.
Jamar
Okay.
Chase is the offensive rookie
You
of the year.
scared me,
Who
bro.
day?
You scared me. You scared me. I thought you were gonna say something crazy. You scared me because you said Landon. I was like, oh no, this man really about to say something crazy.
If he would have said Kyle Pitts, I would have been gone.
Who Dey?
If he said Kyle Pitts, I would have ended the stream. We would have been done.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, right.
Kyle Pitts is like
Um,
32nd.
Yeah, for real. 0. Like he's not even on there.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah. Actually, while we're talking about Kyle Pitts has been solid, but he's not been offensive rookie of the year level.
No.
He's been like second round pick level max. Who's your defensive rookie, Ryan?
Again, it's going to be a unanimous vote, in my opinion. Man plays right down in my neck of the woods at Pennsylvania State University. That's where he played last year. That boy now is down in Dallas, and his name is Micah Parsons.
And you think that's
That is-
unanimous?
I think that should be a unanimous vote. Micah Parsons, 5 sacks, 52 tackles so far this season. The dude is an absolute animal. And
You know,
who names it? I mean, I guess you could talk about who did Denver get? Your boy from Bama.
Patrick Surtain.
Patrick
I wouldn't
Surtain.
even say him.
You could talk about him, but like Micah Parsons is such a beast, bro. Like he's
Patrick
got to
Surtain's not even my
be
rookie of the
defensive
year.
player of the year or defensive rookie of the year.
I mean, for me, it's Jeremiah Owusu from Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm going to say this because Micah Parsons has made his stat line is insane. Or Greg Newsome even from Cleveland. Both of those guys, in my opinion, have had better seasons than Micah Parsons. Sure, Micah Parsons on the stat sheet is insane, but if you're watching a game, you won't be able to say Micah Parsons is making an impact because
I'll tell you what, though.
He's not.
Now that you say that, I went to see the Browns play live. I was in Minnesota week 4 to see them play. And Owusu was making plays left and right. Like that, they were announcing that guy's name like over and over again, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's my rookie of the year. He was my pick in the beginning. He's my rookie of the year. John Mark, who's your defensive rookie of the year? Excuse me.
I do agree with one of you. He plays in the NFC, Micah Parsons.
Okay, well look, listen, man.
Good man, John Mark.
Whenever Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah's name gets called the night before the Super Bowl, I'll be here waiting. That's all I'm gonna say.
The night before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's when the award show
that's
is.
when the award show
Oh
is.
yeah, okay. I thought you were saying the Browns were going to the Super Bowl.
Oh no!
No,
No!
not
No!
anymore.
No!
You were high on them, though.
I'm still high. on
Yeah, he
them.
was. Yeah, he
I'm so-
was.
It's just the injury bug is all it is with them.
Yeah.
They cannot stay
Wow,
healthy
now they
for
lost their
anything.
number 1 guy too.
Yeah, but Dearness Johnson now. Hey, Dearness Johnson is starting running back caliber for another team. I'd say he'd start running back at half of the teams in the NFL.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean-
but Cleveland has such a great running back.
Yeah, I know. They need to trade Dearness Johnson. That's what I'm trying to say here. Because they could get so much for him. It'd be insane. They could probably get a second round pick out of him, I would say. I mean, he's a rookie, though, isn't he?
I think so.
You talk about a backup running back that's been good this year, Alexander Madison.
You know, another backup running back. I think that's a little biased. Look at that flag in the back.
No, wait. No, but see, look, Cook's been out.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
he might be.
I'll give
He
you
might
that.
be
I'll
out a
say
little
you're
bit more now that everything's coming out. I hope to pray to God not. First of all, I'd like to say that innocent.
He's been a letdown. He has been a letdown this year.
Matson kind of stepped it up when he was out.
You know, Javonte Williams from
Yeah.
Denver. He's been good. He's been really good. He had a really good game Sunday against Cleveland. Not Cleveland. The Cowboys. So last little topic on the. I mean, we're going to talk about NFL. We're just going to talk sports. Your next pick, I need y'all to make. Your comeback player of the year is probably unanimous. I think we can all agree.
It's unanimous.
It's Dak Prescott, right, guys?
Dak. It's Dak.
I'm just
You sure
joking.
it was
We
second
skipped
row?
over Coach of the Year, though.
Oh yeah,
Just,
okay. Coach of the year, yeah. Go ahead.
Real
Who's-
quick, Landon.
I want to hear this.
Who Dey?
Yes, sir.
Taylor is Coach of the Year. Who Dey?
Okay, but you think after the 2 losses?
I think
It's-
so. He's built them into a contender.
See, this is the thing about Bengals fans. Listen, if you're a Bengals fan out there, I want you to listen. Okay, Zach Taylor is my Coach of the Year, and I'm going to say, listen, whenever the Bengals lose, it is not always Zach Taylor's fault. Everybody goes to blame Zach Taylor, especially last
They
week's
aren't the
loss.
Vikings. I'll say that.
Especially on last week's loss. Joe Burrow played awful last week. Terrible. He did not play like a starting quarterback last week. You cannot blame last week's loss on Zach Taylor. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So, John Mark, who's your coach of the year? Go ahead. I'll be back. I'll be right back, guys.
I'll wait for Landon to get back.
No. Go ahead. We can talk about it.
No, I want to see his reaction to what I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
All right, what's up? Let's go. Who is yours, John Mark?
I disagree with both y'all,
Who else could be the coach of the year?
but wasn't an NFC. He's a coach in the NFC.
Cliff
I was gonna
Kingsbury?
say Sean Payton.
No,
Who is it?
I was going to say Sean McVay, but I'll mess with y'all. It is Zach Taylor.
Okay.
I was
gonna say.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Sean,
go on
Did you
easy.
say Sean McVay should be in the race though?
I think Sean he can't do it with Jared Goff, so you know what I'm saying? He can't do it with Jared Goff, so why say he's the coach of the year whenever he has no help? Or no, he has too much help. That's the thing. So real quick, we're just gonna hit on this. I have a real quick question: contender or pretender? We're going to Cincinnati. What are y'all's thoughts? I'm gonna go to Ryan first.
Landon, for a third time this show.
Who dey?
Houday. The Cincinnati Bengals are a 100% contender. It is a close race in the AFC North, and I'm going to say something that I've said over and over and over and over again. It's a hot take. Many people disagree with me. The Baltimore Ravens are the most overrated team in the entire NFL. The AFC North is put on notice as probably the closest race in the NFL. Pittsburgh's in the race. Cincinnati's in the race. Cleveland's in the race. Because Lamar Jackson is probably one of the most overrated players in the league, in my opinion. And the
Wow.
Baltimore Ravens are definitely the most overrated team in the entire league. Lamar
know.
Jackson, he's so inaccurate. He's a running back.
John Mark, do you want to give your answer before I give my thoughts on what he just said?
What's the question?
Who is contender or pretender? Cincinnati Bengals.
No, contender for sure. They're going to win the AFC North.
Oh, I thought you said they are
That's-
contenders.
Yes, sir. John Mark, yes.
All right, now I think they're
I wouldn't
contenders.
be. I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore doesn't make the playoffs.
You're crazy. That's
If they're
your
a
limit.
second seed in the AFC North, I think Pittsburgh could get that second spot.
No,
What?
stop,
No.
stop,
No.
stop,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Now you're.
They're second right now. They're
Listen,
one win away.
Ryan,
They're one game behind.
Oh, bro, dude, you just said Lamar Jackson was overrated. You need to take a
He
timeout.
is.
Okay, you need to take a timeout.
Call a timeout.
Look, I'm gonna call timeout right here. No, I'm just joking. I'm gonna add him back. I'm gonna call timeout. Listen, so
Timeout sports show.
let me talk to you, Ryan. Listen, you're gonna say this guy's underrated or overrated. Lamar
He is.
Jackson. I blame the loss. I'm basing the loss against.
Hold on, you cut out. Hold on. You both froze up. Oh, there you went, John Mark. You there?
I'm there, good.
There it is. All right. So you're saying, wait, did you say I based this off of the loss of Minnesota?
No, Cincinnati. That's what I'm.
No, I've been saying Lamar is overrated for a couple years now.
I disagree.
Because here's the reason why. I always said he can't throw the ball. He can heave the ball.
He can throw the ball.
He can throw the ball.
He
can't throw the-
He can throw the ball accurately.
Listen, he can throw the ball, but he can't throw the ball accurately.
Yes, he can.
He's such an inaccurate quarterback. It's unreal. He should be a running back.
Didn't he lead the league in QBR the last 2 years, or am I tripping?
I'll check that for you real quick.
I think
He led the league in
so-
QBR when he won the
don't trust
MVP.
him. I don't
Hey,
trust
wait.
when push comes to shove, Landon. In the playoffs, he's a letdown. He
Okay,
can't compete with these big guys because he's not as good as everybody else.
but does that mean
And
he's
neither are the
overrated?
Ravens.
That means overrated?
I think he's severely overrated. People think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I don't.
No.
He's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Give me your top 5 right now.
My top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Number 1, talent-wise, 100%.
Time out. Stop. Before you say anything. Is Joe Burrow the better quarterback?
Yes.
Dude,
Yes, he is.
I'm a Bengals fan, and I don't even...
He's going to be a better quarterback.
You can talk about going to be all you want. Give me your top 5 right now. You cannot say Patrick
My
Mahomes
top
is
5
number 1.
quarterbacks.
Give me your top 5 this season.
Do you want talent? Do you want talent-wise or the way
No,
the team's
I
playing?
want this season. It's not the team. It's the quarterback. This season, who is your top 5 quarterbacks?
My top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL this season. I think you have to put
Start from 5.
5. No, I gotta start at 1.
Start at 1.
Wait,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. Let me think about this because I gotta write this down actually.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'll give you my top 5 right now. I'll give you my top 5 right now.
You two talk. Give me like a few minutes. I'll write it down.
The best quarterback in the NFL is Tom Brady. Second best quarterback in the NFL is Matthew Stafford. The third best quarterback in the NFL is Kyler Murray. The fourth is Josh Allen. The fifth is Lamar Jackson. I don't think it's even a competition. Who else could you have there? You can't say Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's been hurt. Russell Wilson, I think Lamar's in there for Russell Wilson, personally.
Right.
Is Joe Burrow a top 10 quarterback? Yeah, in my opinion, sure. But he's not better than Lamar Jackson, Ryan. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I love Joe Burrow dearly. He's not a top 5 quarterback. There's just no way. You're gonna take a guy like Lamar, say he's a bad passer in the air, whenever he literally led the league in QBR for 2 years.
I got it.
Hey,
Got my top five.
I'm trying to fact check that.
You ready?
Here, I'll give you a fact check right now.
Are you ready? You ready?
Yes,
My top
yes.
He did it in 2019.
2019. Okay, my bad. 2019 you did. My
He didn't
bad.
do it last year.
My top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Number 1 is Josh Allen.
What?
He's
Josh
been
Allen.
inconsistent this year, but he's athletic.
I don't care.
Dude, people underestimate Josh Allen. Right now, Josh Allen is my number 1, is my best quarterback in the NFL.
You were Ryan.
Number 2.
Ryan.
Wait. Number 2 is Matt Stafford. Number 3 is Kyler Murray. Number
delusional.
4 is Aaron Rodgers. And number 5 is Tom Brady. I'm telling you, don't underestimate Josh Allen. I think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. I think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
You are insane. Who day? I'm joking.
Why?
I said who day.
Listen. They had what?
Dude, there's no way.
They had like 1 or 2 bad weeks. Okay, they're inconsistent right now. When Josh Allen shows up, the Bills are a Super Bowl contender, and I think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
Keyword: when Josh Allen shows up.
Right. I think he's got some kinks to figure out.
You think?
I know he's got some kinks to figure out.
He
But when
can't
push
hold a
comes
lead to the
shove,
Tennessee Titans.
When he's on, he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
But he's not on right now, so why can he lost to the freaking
Alright,
Jacksonville
okay.
Jaguars?
All
dude.
right. So let me move this around then. I would probably put Stafford at 1.
Tom Brady's the best quarterback in the NFL.
I would move Kyler to 2.
I'd say-
A-Rod to 3, Brady at 4, and Allen at 5. Then I'll do that. Stafford, Kyler, A-Rod, TB12, Josh Allen.
I don't disrespect Josh Allen that much. My top 5 is 1 is Tom Brady, 2 is Matt Stafford, 3 is Kyler Murray, 4 Josh Allen, 5 Aaron Rodgers. I would say 6 is Lamar Jackson.
No.
7 is Dak Prescott.
Dak before Lamar. Come on.
8 is Justin Herbert.
It's got to be Dak. Even Justin Herbert before Lamar I'd put.
9 is Joe Burrow. 10 right now. I mean, who?
Let me do this. Let me do this. I'll do my top 10 for you since you just did your top 10. Right now. You're talking right now.
I'm talking right now. Last week, Josh Allen failed to put more than 6 points up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. You want to know a team that put up more than 6 points against the Jacksonville Jaguars? Freaking the Miami Dolphins in London. You cannot... Okay, to attack by loads, better quarterback than Josh Allen. I'm joking. That was a joke. Don't...
I was gonna say. I'm gonna say get off wherever you're smoking.
I mean, listen, that's what I'm trying to say, though. Listen, if I said Josh Allen was not top 5, you could not call me crazy. Couldn't. Going into this year, Josh Allen was the second best quarterback in the NFL, right behind Patrick Mahomes. Not anymore. I think he's taken a giant step back. I think he had a great year last year, sure. This year, he's underperformed at best.
All right. So I have my top 10 in the league.
I want to hear this. I want to hear if Lamar's.
Now this is final. I'm gonna
All right,
stick with
that's fine.
I'm gonna stick with Josh Allen. Not at number 1. Stafford is gonna be number 1.
Okay.
Josh Allen is my number 2. Now that I really think about it, because I think he's just having a little bit of an off year. He has off games, but overall I think he's good. Number 3 I have Kyler Murray. Number 4 I have Aaron Rodgers. Number 5 I have Dak. Number 6 I have TB12. Number 7 I have Justin Herbert. 8 is where I put Lamar. 9 is Baker and 10 is Burrow.
You think Baker's better than Joe Burrow?
I think that could be debated upon. 9 and 10.
Not this year. Well,
Not this year, but I mean, if he's
But-
debated upon, I respect that.
Well, my point is Lamar doesn't even crack my top 7.
what Joe Burrow put like what 6 games because
He's overrated.
Everything in his knee.
Did you just say Joe Burrow's overrated?
No. I said
Oh.
Lamar's overrated. I think when push comes to shove, a couple of years down the line, you could argue that Joe Burrow is going to be a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson because it's true. Somebody pointed this out to me the other day. Pocket passers win championships, Landon. Lamar Jackson will never win a chip in his entire career.
I don't think he will either, but I
Never.
think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
I don't know if he'll ever sniff a conference championship.
He's going to be in the conference championship.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in one this year.
No.
You don't
Nope.
think so?
It's going to
Hey,
be
I think the
It's
Ravens
gonna
are better than
be-
the Bills.
it's going to be the Bills in the
That's
conference
a hot
championship.
take.
It's going to be the Bills and the Titans.
They're in the same.
Think about it. If they can survive the rest of the year with Adrian Peterson and play the way they did, all they need to get by is one playoff game, and they have Derrick Henry back.
You think they're going to be the 1 seed?
No, I don't think they're going to be the 1 seed. I think they're going to make the conference championship.
Derrick Henry's not going to come back this year. I hate to burst your bubble.
He could be back after one playoff game, week 2 of the playoffs.
I don't think so. I think when he comes back, he's not going to be himself.
I don't know. I don't trust the Ravens in the I don't even think the Ravens might. The Ravens are probably not going to win. I don't think they're going to win the AFC North.
I don't think they are either. But I think the Ravens.
So what? They're
This
going to be a
is-
7 or 8 seed and go to the conference championship?
This might be my play.
They're going to implode.
If I'm just off the top of my head, number 1 in the AFC right now, the best team in the AFC right now. I guess I would have to go with Tennessee Titans right now, number 1.
Did you see my TikTok the other day?
No, I didn't.
I said the AFC is such a jump ball. Ryan Clark called
It
it.
is. It
He
is.
said you don't know who's
going
going to win the AFC.
But listen, right now, my number 1 team in the AFC is the Tennessee Titans. My number 2 is the Cincinnati Bengals.
That I like. Cincinnati is probably the best team in the AFC North.
Cincinnati is probably the best team, top 3 team in the AFC. But listen,
I agree.
this is what I'm going to say, okay? So my 2 is Cincinnati, my 3, Buffalo, sure. My 4, and that's where it gets tricky because you got to have a winner here. You got to have. So let's see. I've got the East covered. I've got the North covered. I've got the South covered.
It can't be the Ravens though, bro.
No, but the Ravens can be in 4. That's not even possible.
The Ravens
Because
are
it has to be a winner.
What
They're
do you
so
look for?
overrated, and Lamar is not a good quarterback. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
he is. Yes, he is. Yeah,
but
he is.
I don't think Lamar's good. That's.
Oh, okay. This is my top 4. Number 1, Tennessee. Number 2, Cincinnati. Number 3, what did I say? Buffalo. Number 4, Los Angeles Chargers. Number 5. This is where it gets interesting. Number 5 is the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh my God.
Number 6 right now. Number 6, the Las Vegas Raiders. I think we can agree on that, right?
Oh my God.
Six is the Raiders. At 7, I think it could be a toss up between the rest of the season. We have the rest of the season. The Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs. Somewhere in there. Okay, I'm going to have Denver and Kansas City. That's my playoff picture right now for the AFC. That would have Cincinnati playing. I'm going to say Denver.
And wouldn't
Wait,
that
who do you
have
prove
as the
something
sixth
about
seed?
Patrick Mahomes?
Hold on,
In
let me
his
write this down.
worst year yet, Patrick Mahomes is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't deny that one bit. I don't.
In his worst year, possibly ever, Mahomes is
Well, I
going to
mean,
make the
it's
playoffs.
his worst year ever, but he's also only been playing starter for 3 years.
But he's going to make the playoffs. Doesn't that say something to you about Patrick Mahomes?
No, not at all, because, I mean, Tom Brady had the worst year of his career, 3 years ago when he played for the Patriots his last season and they made the wild card. I mean, it's really
That's the
not a
caliber that
feat.
he's on, Landon.
Didn't
It's
they
not a
win?
feat.
They could have won that division.
That's the
easily,
caliber that Mahomes is on. Put him right there next to Brady.
Not right
Maybe
now.
even
no.
he's going to be above Brady by the time his career's over, Landon.
I think you're delusional. Respectfully. I think that's crazy.
Dude,
Talent-wise,
watch and
sure.
see. Mahomes, this is a bad year for the Chiefs, but once they fix everything up that needs fixing, they're going to be the same.
They're not going to be able to do that because they're paying him $500 billion a year or something stupid. Not billion. Million. Not dollars a year either. That's his contract. He's getting paid $100 million a year, Ryan.
I'm not saying he's going to stick with the Chiefs the rest of his career either.
I mean, who else is going to pay him that much money? There's nobody.
Maybe it's not about the money to him, though, Landon. Maybe it's about the wins.
If it wasn't about the money, then he wouldn't have signed a $500 million 5-year extension.
But look where the Chiefs were at that time. They were
That's
a dynasty.
fine. That's fine. But then he's got to have something in his head that says, if I sign this contract, Tyreek Hill's not going to come back. Travis Kelce's not going to come back. Frank Clark isn't going to come back. We're going to lose our offensive linemen. Now look at where he is. Now he's in the driver's seat, and he's like, I bit off more than I can chew. That's it right there. That's all it is. I'm going to say my 5... I'm changing it around a little bit. Hold on, I'm almost done here. This is really no thought at all. I don't even know these records, really. If I had to think off the top of my head, who would I have here? I'll tell you what I got right now. I got my top 6. I think you're going to be a little surprised with what I have here, but... Alright, here we go. I'm done. Are you ready? I have, at the 8 spot, barely getting in, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that they have just enough to get the 8 spot. 7, the Broncos. The 6, the Ravens. The 5, the Raiders. The 4, the Chargers. 3, the Bills. 2, Bengals. And 1, the Titans. So that would set up a Bengals versus Chiefs matchup in the wild card. Who do you think wins that game?
The Bengals.
Okay, thank you.
I second
Sweet.
that.
What do you think, John Mark?
I said a second. I'm gonna go to Bengals.
Okay. So then that sets up a Buffalo Broncos. Buffalo wins that. Chargers Ravens.
Chargers.
I think the Ravens win that game.
No.
Bro, what happened early in the year whenever the Ravens went the Chargers?
I didn't watch that game, honestly.
The Ravens won by like 30.
Okay? That's a game earlier in the season. Now maybe
I
they don't.
believe. I believe. I
Maybe they
could
watch
be.
film. Watch
You
film.
don't think they watched film the first time?
Listen,
Come on.
I think the Chargers win that game. It'll be
I don't know.
close.
Yeah, dude. The Ravens beat them 34-6.
I think the Chargers win that game.
I think the Ravens win that game. Then you've got the Raiders playing who? Oh, that wouldn't make sense. The Raiders wouldn't get a... I have to mess something up. If Tennessee playing... Tennessee gets a bye. They're in the divisional. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
seed do you have the Raiders as?
The 5.
So who won who's for?
The Chargers.
So yeah,
It'd be the Chargers and Raiders.
Yeah.
But then, where's the Raiders? Is there only 7 seeds?
Yes.
Oh! Well, that's where I messed up. The Chiefs don't make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Chiefs don't make the playoffs.
I think they make it over the Broncos,
No.
respectively.
No, there's no way.
You have the Broncos at the 7th spot right now.
Yes.
Put the Chiefs there.
All right, I'll put the Chiefs there. Let's see how it unfolds. Let's do that.
All right.
All right.
Just put Broncos and don't change it.
All right. Bengals versus Chiefs.
Bengals.
Thank you. Chiefs are already done. So what's the point there?
3 versus 6.
Yeah. Buffalo. Okay. Buffalo versus Baltimore.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. In the wild card too. See, I'm telling you.
And now 4-5.
Chargers Raiders.
Chargers.
Chargers, yeah.
Really?
Who do you?
Yeah.
Wait, who's the 4?
The 4 is the Chargers.
Yeah, it's
And
the
they're
Chargers.
yeah, they're gonna win too.
Okay. I'll put that down. All right. Then we have Tennessee Titans versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. With that defense, yes.
That'll be a good game. for
Their
sure.
defense sucks.
Did you watch Sunday Night Football, Lennon?
One game. That's one game.
I don't know. They might be picking up steam. I say the Titans
Okay.
win that game.
That's
What
a
do you
toss-up.
think, John? What do you think, John Moore? I think the Chargers.
That's
I
a
think
toss-up.
I take the Chargers in that game.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right. We're gonna. John Mark, do you say? Okay. Let's say he says Chargers. Let's just. Do you say Chargers?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then we have Bengals versus the Bills. I think Cincinnati wins
I'd
that
say
game.
the Bills in a close one.
John Mark. He's gone. We'll wait till he
I'd
gets back.
I'd have to give it to the Bills in a close one.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that's another toss. That's 2 toss-up
They're
games.
more
though.
well-rounded. They're more experienced.
That's 2 toss-up games. If I had to pick one right now, I'd say the Bengals win the game.
Wow.
And let me tell you why. The Bengals are more
I think
well-rounded.
the Bengals are going to the AFC Championship.
I think the Bengals have the potential to go to the AFC Championship game. Like 100%. I think that. I mean, with the way they've been playing, it's not been good. But if they play the way they played against the Ravens, 100%. We'll wait till he gets back to see his pick. But right now, we have the Los Angeles Chargers sitting in the AFC Championship game. That's right now with our current. Which we could have took. We'll do this again in a minute. Because why not? Alright, man, alright, John Mark. Who wins? Buffalo Bills or the Cincinnati Bengals?
Oh, the Bills.
Okay.
So that's Bills Titans in the AFC Championship.
No, it's not. It's Bills Chargers. We took popular
Bills
vote.
Chargers. Bills win that game.
Bills win that game, 100%.
So Bills go to the Super Bowl.
So the Bills
So you-
go to the
so
Super
you
Bowl.
have
That's what
the-
I said.
3-seed Bills, which, dude, listen, this is. I think the Bengals beat the Bills. And if it's Bengals versus Chargers, oh my gosh, dude, the Bengals have a chance to make the Super Bowl. I think it's a real conversation. All right, now I want to do it again though, but with like we vote for. I made the top 7, so
Do it,
all right,
do it in NFC too, so it can have like a whole playoff bracket.
we'll do it. All right, we'll do like the actual votes though this time.
Why don't we do that for next show though? Like make our playoff bracket.
We can all. I mean, we can just do it right now off the top of our heads.
That's true. I
why
mean,
not?
I would need time to think, but
I mean, we'll just do it.
off
Why
the top of
not?
my head,
All right. First, what's the number 1 seed in the AFC? Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Wait,
Tennessee Titans. Everybody.
okay.
I'd say Tennessee.
John Mark.
I got playoff picture real quick.
What?
Oh well, it's
I'm on-
Titans. If me and Ryan think it's Titans anyway. All right. The 2 seed. This is
Oh wait,
Bengals.
I have it right now. It's Ravens are the 2 right now.
Give it
Yeah.
to Cincinnati.
All right. The Bills. I don't know.
Right
See,
now,
I just.
Bills
I-
could sneak into the 2 spot.
yeah,
Actually.
I think the Bills get the 2 spot.
All
Right
right.
now the Bills are at 4.
No, yeah, no. I would think the Bills would be the 2 spot.
Yeah. Okay.
That puts the Bengals at 3.
Yep.
Chargers at 4.
Hold on just a second.
Apparently the Patriots are in the playoffs right now.
Oh my gosh! I forgot about the New England Patriots.
Patriots at 5.
Whoa!
No, wait, no.
Right now it's Raiders 5. Steelers
I have the Ravens at 5.
7.
Raven. Okay, that's fine.
John Mark. Well, what do you think, John Mark? Who's your 5?
Wait, give me the top 4 real quick so I don't say a repeat.
Number 1 Titans, 2 Bills, 3 Bengals, 4 Chargers.
That's tough. If I had to say, the Ravens are in there, just not at 5 to me. They're at 6.
Okay, so who's your 5?
Okay, but I'm going back to the playoff picture. No, yeah, I'd say the Ravens can be 5.
Okay, so then we have the Ravens at the 5 spot. All right, the 6. I have the Raiders.
What New England? I would say.
New England.
before the
Okay,
Raiders.
I could say New England.
Yeah.
Who's on the Raiders anymore?
I think.
Yeah, they lost everybody.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Um,
Too.
They're
That was
probably
a joke.
praying for Odell.
Who's 7?
7 right now.
Raiders.
7 right now is the Patriots, but
We have them
Put
at
the
6.
Raiders
But
at
who's? Okay,
right now the Steelers are 6.
that's crazy, isn't it?
Mm.
Okay, so that sets up this matchup. Hold on,
Well, the Steelers actually could sneak into the playoffs.
I think it's the Raiders.
All right, let's go with the Raiders.
What?
You don't think the Raiders get in the playoffs?
No, the Falcons are 7 in the NFC right now.
Listen to this.
Oh,
It's,
Pittsburgh is 1 game behind from leading the AFC North. They're 5-3,
yeah, but
and they're second in the AFC North. And the Ravens are 6-2.
they still have to play the Ravens again. They still have to play the Bengals again. They still have to play the Browns again.
I think they could beat the Browns.
I don't think so.
I don't know about the other 2, but I think they could beat the Browns.
All right, so do you want to put Pittsburgh at 7?
No, keep it.
Stick-
as the
stick
Raiders.
with Vegas?
I just wanted to throw that out there, see what you guys thought.
I mean it's a thought, 100%. Okay, so the Bills versus the Raiders in wild card.
That's a Bills
It's-
W.
Yeah,
Bills.
Bills by a lot. Okay, so then we have the
the Raiders need to 5 people off the street at this point.
Then we have what? Chargers, New England.
Hold on just a second. Okay, yeah. No. We have Bengals versus Patriots.
That's it.
I think that's a toss-up.
I think it is too.
If I had to pick, I'd go with Cincinnati.
I would go Cincinnati too.
Okay.
If it's a toss up, I would take Cincinnati.
Cincinnati in like overtime.
I don't know about overtime, but I'd say minus it'd be closer than 10-point game. All right, then we have Chargers versus Ravens. Baltimore. I gotta go Baltimore. I've seen
gotta go
more in the
Chargers.
play. Okay,
I gotta go Chargers.
it's up to you, John Mark. Is it Ravens or the Chargers? We're moving on.
When I thought he yelled at me.
Who's moving on?
I'll say this. But the Chargers have better receiving core, but the Ravens have better quarterback. That's the thing.
Oh my God, John Mark.
Justin
Lamar
Lamar
Herbert's a
Jackson
better
is better than
quarterback.
Justin Herbert.
No,
What?
he's not.
Lamar
Yes,
is better
he's
than
not.
Herbert. Hands down.
Not even close.
They're both top 10. I'll say that. But
Yeah.
Lamar is better.
All right, so you take Baltimore. Baltimore.
Yes.
All right, so then we have 5 seed Baltimore sliding into the divisional, and then we have a. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we have a rematch of last year's wild card. We have Tennessee Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens win that game.
Is Derrick Henry playing?
No, I don't think he's gonna play.
Then give it to the Ravens.
Yeah.
All right. We have Baltimore Ravens moving on to the AFC Championship.
Against a big if of Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry, it's the other way.
I agree. Okay. The Buffalo Bills or the Cincinnati Bengals?
Buffalo.
Bills.
No love, man. No love.
Were you gonna say the Bengals is a bias pick?
No, the Bills. The Bills win that game.
How you
All
gonna
right.
be happy?
Bills and Ravens.
Bills.
Bills.
Y'all disrespecting Lamar. I picked the Ravens in that game.
He'll never sniff a Super Bowl.
Okay, so then we have the Ravens coming out of the the Bills coming out of the AFC.
The Ravens will never sniff a Super Bowl. I mean, Lamar will never sniff a Super Bowl.
The Ravens
All right.
won a Super Bowl.
All right,
They're
are
not
you
the
ready
Vikings.
for NFC?
Yeah.
Who's your
You,
one
you,
seed?
want, you want to give you an idea what the Saints look like right now?
I mean, I don't really need it. If I go number one seed in the AFC right now is Los Angeles Rams, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's who you'd go with in the playoffs?
Yeah.
All right. Who's your two? I'd say Tampa Bay.
No, I'd probably say
Green
the
Bay?
Packers.
Okay.
Green Bay could be 2 or 3, but they ain't winning it.
I don't know. Your three.
Tampa.
Tampa.
All right, and then your. Oh wait.
Well, what
Okay,
division?
well,
I'll
y'all
put
bo-
the
y'all-
Cardinals
you all-
in there somewhere.
Y'all both said it anyway. Number 4 is the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 5
Okay.
is the Cardinals.
Yep. 6. I just want to hear what y'all say. I'm interested to know.
Right now, 6 is the Saints.
I have the Saints being at 6.
I don't
I'll
know.
go with that. I'll go with that. Right now, the Saints are at 6, and I'll stick with
All
them
right,
there.
you two got the majority then.
7. 7. It's. I'm going back and forth on it.
My 7 is the Chicago Bears.
No.
You don't think the Chicago Bears win a bunch of games? I think they do.
Right now, they're bottom 3 in the. You really think they'll They're 3 and 6 right now. You really think they'll go
They have to win out almost.
11 and 6?
They won't win out 10 and 7. I think they could. I think it's possible.
I said the Vikings would sneak in.
I don't think they will though. After Dalvin's not played great. I
Well,
don't know. Hey, Russell Wilson coming back. Do they slide into the 7?
I don't know. Give it to. You know what? Keep my hopes alive. Give it to Minnesota.
I can't give it to Minnesota. I can't with my sanity. I cannot say Minnesota's gonna.
All right.
Ryan's about to say lose your sanity.
Russell Wilson coming back. Do they slide in? I mean,
That's
Hey.
tough. That's tough. Right now, 7 is the Falcons, but
they're not gonna stay there.
They're not going to stay at 7.
Give it to Seattle.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's the only. I think that's the only logical pick.
Seattle at 7. We spent
All right.
an hour and 4 minutes talking about football.
It's fun.
Yeah, I know. I got dinner waiting downstairs. I gotta eat soon.
After we finish this, we can get off here. All right, then you have Packers and Seattle.
Packers.
Packers.
They got no shot against. Seattle got no shot against them.
I don't know about no shot now. Easy.
You still
It'll
got
be
Seahawks
close.
on you?
It'll be close.
You still got Seahawks on you?
Oh, 100%. They're my second favorite team. Oh, I didn't do that. Okay. Then we have Tampa versus New Orleans. Tampa.
Tampa. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna not pick Tampa. Unless you're like a diehard Saints fan.
Yeah. All right. Then you have Cowboys versus Cardinals. I think I'll go Cardinals.
I'd go Cardinals.
Arizona's getting out of that.
Okay. I thought you were about to say something else.
What did you say? Arizona's gonna lose?
Yeah. All right. Then we have then we have the Rams versus the Cardinals in the divisional.
That's literally a divisional matchup.
That's
And
crazy.
You say toss-up?
That's this game.
That's a toss-up.
The NFC playoffs is going to be more fun to watch than the AFC.
Yeah.
The AFC was pretty easy to pick the Bills. You've got 2 toss-up games here. Rams or Cardinals, guys. I'm going to go LA by 3.
Hang on.
I'm going to go by the slim of their teeth.
You going Arizona? Oh, yeah, okay, Rams. So then the Rams move on. Dude, that's going to be a freaking good game.
I was gonna look at the stats, see what like the betting odds are. That's
All right.
what I go off of sometimes.
Then you have the number 2 Packers versus the number 3 Buccaneers.
The Pack.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
What? Y'all are crazy,
Last
man.
Dance.
Y'all heard us.
Last Dance.
I don't care. I go Tampa. All right, then we have in the NFC Championship game, the 1 versus the 2, Rams versus the Packers.
Rams.
Rams. Much as I hate to say it.
If it's the Rams versus Packers, I take Green Bay.
Really?
Yeah, especially if they get Odell.
Wait, if you were so high
Wow.
on the Rams, and now
Hey,
you're not thinking
if they get Odell, they're a championship squad.
Who? Green Bay?
They're gonna get Odell. So let's say they get Odell.
They're going to get Odell. You really think?
Yeah, they already.
You know what's crazy to say?
It's basically set in
Odell
stone.
at the wide receiver 2 spot. I never tried to say that.
I mean, do y'all pick the Packers over the Rams, or do you say the Rams?
No, I'm gonna switch it.
I'd say the Rams.
I'm gonna go for my team. I'm gonna go back.
You know, maybe with Jalen Ramsey though on Devontae, Aaron Donald pressuring Rodgers is gonna make him make some bad throws.
If it was Darnell Mooney, it'd be a different story.
Packers defense is hurt.
So Darius Smith just come back like week 18.
Yeah, but your best player's gone. Jair Alexander.
Jair Alexander's coming back. Derek Bakhtiari is back.
Yeah.
I saw it. I just saw that when we.
The Rams.
I saw that though, and I got happy because number 69 in green is back.
All right. Super Bowl is the Buffalo Bills versus the Los Angeles Rams.
And Rams got home
Matt
field
Stafford gets his first ring.
The Rams
Rams
went Rams by 40. I mean, it won't be close.
Rams got home field advantage.
Yeah.
No, Rams
Ra-
by
Rams by 17
14.
plus, 10 plus.
14
And
plus.
it's at SoFi too, so the Rams aren't going to win it just because of that crowd. I mean, how
No,
many?
if it was in Buffalo, the Rams win.
What?
I don't care if it was in Buffalo, the Rams win. The Rams, if the Rams don't win, then it's a choke job, right?
Yeah. I mean, Stafford's going to get his first ring this year.
100%. There it is. Our playoff picture. That's crazy. We just did that in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the show. We've been going for almost an hour and 10. Thank you for sticking around if you did. From Ryan, John, Mark, my name is Landon. This has been Top Notch Sports Talk.